Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. 2 videos in one day. No, your eyes and ears are not playing tricks on you. I just like to live dangerously. And we're going to make some changes around here. Usually I try to make videos, longer and add a lot of stuff in them and just give you a nice thorough video. But starting today, we're going to change things up and, I'm just going to post a video whenever I have something interesting to show you guys, whether the video is 15 minutes long or 3 minutes long, because I feel it'll be a lot easier on me and I'll be able to get more awesome content out there. So, a couple things I want to talk about today. This story is very interesting, and it kind of goes to this mysterious phenomenon that's been happening for years now, and that is, well, basically, strange things falling out of the sky. And in most cases, when these objects fall seemingly out of nowhere, they usually take on the form of a metallic sphere, just like the ones you're going to be seeing in these photographs here. They have been looked into by various military people, scientists, depending on where they actually fall. And believe me, when you start digging into the reports of these things, there is no pattern, all right? These things have been found everywhere. China, France, Spain, Vietnam, the United States, and in most cases, they're unexplained, all right? So there's a common name for these things, and it's space balls, because that is exactly where they come from and what they look like. And for a while, as you're seeing in this report here, these balls were falling from the sky and landing in a village in Spain. And so they literally had guys out there in protective biosuits trying to analyze these things. I believe it was 3 of these objects that fell into this village, completely freaking out the locals. Usually, well, at least in this case, the balls were around 3.2 feet in diameter, or about 1 meter, and weighed about 45 to 50 pounds. In most cases, the objects almost seem to have no purpose. They have no inner workings, they're not explosive. In most cases, they don't exhibit any type of radiation emanating from them. And it truly is sort of like this alien object that just comes from space, crashes into the ground. The military is usually eerily silent about it. They don't step in, other than on a few cases saying, well, it was likely space debris, but they never confirm it. And also, in most of these instances, they're not any parts that have come from a plane. Contrary to popular belief, planes are not simply flying around and dropping parts. All right, we'd have way more plane crashes if that were the case. So these things come from space. Here's another case where one was found in Vietnam. And actually, in this case as well, there were, again, 3 of these objects, just like the case in Spain. So I don't know what the deal is with these things coming down in 3s, but that's what happened, at least in these 2 cases, where in this case, this ball weighed about 100 pounds. While the 2 others, specifically the smallest of the 3, only weighed about 9 ounces, with the local people reporting hearing what sounded like raging thunder in the minutes before the objects were found. Now, it is true that, of course, there's going to be some cases where maybe these are maybe spent fuel tanks from a rocket or something like that. But again, when you realize the magnitude with which these things are falling and landing in villages and scaring people, and most of them being unexplained, to the point where they're popping out the biosuits to check these things out. And it really is just one of those mysterious, unexplained things that come from space. Space is such an eerie, intriguing, anomalous, enigmatic place. And so some people have said that these are alien satellites that work in some sort of way, although they look hollow to us when we've done x-rays on them. Others have reported strange magnetic oscillations coming from these things, where they'll vibrate or they'll suddenly move. I believe we did a video where there was a case, I think it was back in the 1970s, which, if you guys will remember, was known as the Betz Mystery Sphere. That's B-E-T-Z, where, I think it was 1974, this kid and their parents were driving down the street in Florida when they noticed this sort of brush fire in the middle of a field, and when they went over to it, they discovered this mystery sphere, which, by the way, was miraculously untouched by the fire. that it had obviously caused. They took the thing home, where it started moving on its own, started vibrating, would make these really strange sounds, would roll back and forth on the table, and it was long thought to be some sort of alien artifact. And to this day, they do not know what it was. The family has the sphere, and over the years have gone eerily quiet, and pretty early on stopped talking to any type of media or journalists or anything about the sphere. So these things are really strange. And if you want, an interesting read, you can do your own research and look into these. You'll find a lot of eerie stuff. Something's happening coming from space. So just wanted to share this. It's just an interesting topic that I've never really touched on. But in other news, I have a very short video here that was sent to me, taken on the 4th of July, of a mysterious formation of lights that were caught just sitting here in the sky. The source said that at around 8:30 p.m. on the 4th, he was outside his home. He had just come home from watching fireworks when he said he saw this triangular formation just sitting there in the sky. He said he was able to get this short video, but his phone ran out of memory within just a few seconds, so it's only like a 7-second video. But what he did say is that he waited for about 10 minutes to see if maybe they were planes going to land or stars maybe, and he said that they never moved. And so he went back inside, and when he came out around an hour later, the objects had disappeared. So he sent the video in to me, and I told him I would show it to you guys. So this happened over Gilbert, Arizona. So if anyone out there maybe has longer video or images of these lights, be sure to send them over. My email is in the video description. But yeah, this is nothing new. We have seen these formations all over the world. I can't explain them. They could be ours. They could be from off planet. We've seen these triangular objects both in space and over Earth. So without more info, we just don't know. So big thanks to Christian for sending this over. And before we go today, I want to give a special shout out to Miguel, who sent me this pic that you're seeing here of him as he headed out to Area 51. Well, outside of Area 51, because you can't get in lest you want to be attacked by the men in white trucks. But I thought this was really cool. He's got his Secure Team shirt on, standing next to the famous extraterrestrial highway sign, covered in stickers from all of the other thousands of people who have made the trip out there to Area 51. And yeah, so cool pic. Thanks, Miguel, for sending it in. And if you have your own cool pics you want to send in, of course, do it, and I'll feature them on the channel. So that's all I have for tonight, guys. Thanks for stopping in. If you have your own stories or info, do let me know, and I will see you back with much more in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.